we are Women Who Code Kuala Lumpur. We are actually part of the international NGO called Women Who Code. And our mission is to inspire women to excel in technology careers. So we usually run workshops, talks, and sharing sessions like this. And if you want to know more, you can follow us on Facebook. Or you can even go to the main Women Who Code website. It's just womenwhocode.com. Right. So the moment we've been waiting for, Cynthia. Okay, this is Cynthia Chong. She's a data scientist with over 4 years experience in data-related topics. She is committed to helping companies build data-driven environment by combining machine learning, statistics, data visualization, and business domain knowledge. So Cynthia,
Yeah.
I'm going to pass this on to you.
I'm sorry. So can I share my screen?
Yeah. Let me just stop sharing mine.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, over to you.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep, you can see your screen.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Cynthia. It's so nice to meet you. And today I would like to share my experience in data visualization. Hope we both can learn in today's sharing. So please don't hesitate to share your ideas. If you have any questions, you can just type in the text box or just unmute and talk directly. Okay. Before we start, I would like to know what are your thoughts about data storytelling and why is it important? And in your imagination, how does it help your work? Does anyone want to share? No?
Yeah, so feel free to
Or
type in the chat or answer any questions.
yeah. Okay. If no one wants to share, maybe if you think about something, you can just type in the text box directly. And in today's sharing, I have divided my presentation into 3 parts. I'm going to start with the data storytelling introduction, and then I will talk about how to build an effective chart. And finally, I will do the simple demo of Tableau. And if the time is enough, maybe you can have a chance to try the Tableau as well by yourself. And therefore, please download the Tableau public first and the data set first. Okay, is anyone have question? Oh, sorry. And okay, let's start. In my opinion, data storytelling includes these 3 parts: data science and visualization and the narrative. And none of them is dispensable. Could you think about why businesses still are unable to fully take advantage of the opportunities hidden in their data, despite the surgence of solutions such as BI tools, dashboard, and spreadsheets over the recent decades? Let me explain. That is because dashboard or spreadsheets only tell you what is happening, but they don't tell you why. So let me explain these 3 parts more. The first one is data science. The field of expertise is interdisciplinary field of sciences, and which extracts knowledge and insight from data, making it readily available. This exciting field has made significant changes to our daily lives in the past couple of decades, right? Data scientists are the popular keywords in search engine, but they are always skilled at collecting data and delivering data. But not all of them have skill to relay a true understanding of the opportunity hidden in the data delivered. And the second one is visualization. The emergence of technology solutions such as dashboards became a natural solution in adding us to comprehend our vast amount of data collected. Transforming data into graphs such as pipeline or pipe chart or a line chart means we could see our data like never before. However, alone data visualization has some limitations. They provide a glance of snapshot of data lacking the context needed to explain why something has happened. The last one is narrative. Narrative is a vital part of data story telling. It is the last 10 feet of your data analyst. And narrative use language in a format that suits our particular needs, augmenting our full comprehension of new information. A narrative is a key vehicle to convey insight, with visualization and the data being important proof points. So that's why we think these three components need to be exist at the same time when you're doing the data storytelling. Okay, why do you think data storytelling is powerful? Data storytelling is not only for data scientists or data analysts. It related to everyone in the company, from the C-level manager to every employee. So let's watch a video to see what happened, what different roles think about data storytelling.
Cynthia, I think you need to share your audio.
Yeah. Can you hear the voice?
No, not really.
Oh, so how should I do?
When you click share screen, you tick the share audio box.
Share audio box. I'm sorry, how to do that?
Stop sharing.
Could you hear now?
Is this too close?
Am I supposed to look at the camera?
Do I have any food in my teeth?
Data storytelling is about taking something that is inherently not human and turning it into something that we all can easily interpret and share with one another.
Yeah, data storytelling is about having a conversation with your data. It's about being able to connect and understand without a lot of presupposed knowledge, without a lot of expertise.
Data storytelling to me is all about context. You have a bunch of different numbers, you have a bunch of different facts, and it really is the context that gets people excited to take action.
Data storytelling is all about people getting the information they need to do their job better in the way they already understand it.
For me, I'm not much of a data guy personally. Numbers and statistics and things like that sort of overwhelm me. So for me to hear data storytelling, that means that the data is speaking on terms that I can understand.
So one core tenet of a great story is that it can and should be retold. It's important because everyone knows the same story. There's no interpretation, and there's no element of guesswork or perspective that goes into it. Everyone is looking at and understanding the same story together.
Data storytelling allows tools to communicate with us the same way that we communicate with each other, through language. That's data storytelling.
For the better part of the last decade, narrative science has been helping drive better business outcomes for companies that use our technology to tell stories from data. What we've realized is that even a company that is full of bright people who have access to all kinds of data and tools for analyzing that data, most of those people, they just want to make better business decisions. They couldn't care less about the data. They want the story that helps them do their job better. And it's our job to give them that story, and we work really hard at that every day.
Okay. So what do you think about data storytelling? Do you have any experience about that? Could you please share your, let me check the text part. Um, do you have any data storytelling experience? If you want to share, just type in the text bars and I will check it. Oh, someone says, my company use data all the time to keep track of our team and the company is performing. And okay, thank you for your sharing, Kim and Daphne. And let me summarize the benefits of the data storytelling. The first one is it can help anyone know the data insight and data analyst result. And the second one is it can make everyone from the C-level manager to every operation team or engineering team understand the current problem and cooperate together to find the better solution. And the third one is, I believe if you are working in a company, you may find that the decision makers are always your higher manager or your boss. However, do you think they are always correct? If we can use the data visualization to prove and provide a new solution to them, don't you think it is amazing? I just want to tell you data storytelling can do this situation. And the last one is sometimes you may come up with more good ideas when you finish your data analyzing and you can extract the better solution to provide to your business. And then I believe after you know the importance of data storytelling, let's think about how to do that. Here's are the steps. The first of all, understand your users or listeners and just stand on their shoes to imagine their pain points and difficulties. It is the most important part, but it also tends to be ignored. And I will introduce this part later. And the second one is data analyst, and you can build a correct and clear chart to present your listeners. And the last one is telling a story to persuade your listener, to help them have follow-up action and solve their difficulties. Okay, let me explain more about it. When we say understanding your customers or your user is important, but what we need to do and how deep we need to know, I believe these are your question, right? So in my opinion, 3W1H method can help you to understand more. The first one is who. Who is your audience and who are the user? Sometimes your listeners may be your managers or your boss, and sometimes they may be the internal operation teams or even the external customers. Everything you do needs to be from their points of their view. And the second one is why. You need to understand why we get this request from the customers. What are their pain points and why does this situation happen? In addition, you need to dig more. You need to check if we try to solve these problems before and what we did before. How did we do before and why did it fail? It is to avoid making the same mistakes. And the last one is how. How do we do this time? What kind of data we need to collect, and what kind of method we need to use to analyze data, and what are the key metrics we need to evaluate. I just provide one of the example. If my company would like to decrease the cost of the ads, our user may be the marketing teams or other departments related to ads. And the reason for this request may be from the lower profit or the lifetime value for the customer are not really high. But why did it happen? It may be because there is some fraud in ads, or our product is not really good to increase the retention rate for the user. So we need to think about how to solve it and how to solve the problems respectively. And the next step is understand and analyze the data. After we collect data, we can use statistical method, data mining, or even a machine learning method to help us to understand the data distribution. And then we can analyze data to find the data insight. But it is not the main topic for today's sharing. So if you are interested in it, you can just find some resource from the internet, and I believe there are a lot of good course you can take. The second session is how to build effective data. I would like to focus on how to build a correct data, and why do I think it is important. Let me share you my experience. Being as a data scientist or machine learning engineer, sometimes we may be a solution provider. We need to explain the solution and provide the method to help our customers. However, the data or analyst algorithm is really complicated, right? So it is hard to be comprehended and realized by the people in different fields. So I believe you definitely have similar experience, right? So what can we do to have an effective way to communicate with those people? The answer is definitely an exact and correct chart. It can help you to have good communication with your customers. So let me do a survey. There are two types of way to show the data. So which one do you like to see, and which one you are preferred? You can just type your choice in the text bars. Oh, wow. I think most of people love to see the chart instead of so many words, right? Oh, there is one people choose the first one. If you can share your idea, why do you think the first one is good, is better? I think it is interesting.
Well, it needs a bit of a cleanup, but if it could be after tidying it up a bit, I think it can be very impactful. If
Yes.
It can be very impactful because there's just one single message rather than looking at each of the countries.
Oh, okay, I see. Thank you for sharing. Okay, but I think most of people love to the second one, right? So it is because chart is more maybe more clear or easy to find the information than a lot of words. However, do you think it is enough to show the data by the graph? Let's see this example. What do you think about it? I believe some people may say table is a kind of graph in data analysis, but I believe no one loves to see this kind of chart, right? Because it is hard to find the meaning in a short time. So how about transforming the table like this way? It is better, right? I believe it is much easier to see the relationship between X and Y in each group. These graphs are showing the same thing as the previous table. I just would like to let you know there are a lot of charts which you can use to present the same data set. But you need to think about what is the better chart and which chart can help you to present your ideas or provide information to help your customer understand more. So that is the good chart. So let's see another example. You just need to think about, is it good and why are they not good? The first one is this. And the second one is this. Could you share why do you think it is not good or why it is good? Oh, I think most of them. Yeah. Yeah. It is because there is too much information in one graph. So what does a clear chart look like? A clear chart has three components. First, only show one or two points in one graph. Then you can also use color to emphasize the idea to that your listeners focus on it. And the last one is the words. You can use some words to that your customer or that your audience understand more that you would like to provide to them. Okay, let's see the clear chart. This is one of the example about clear chart. I believe the picture is not really clear, right? But just ignore that. The chart is showing the 10 top 10 design concern, and then we can just use some color to that the audience focus on. And then we can also provide some words to that people understand more about what you are talking about. And then this is the example of the good clear chart. And if there is any steps of building a clear chart, yes, of course. They are understanding contents, choosing a visual, eliminate the clutter, and focusing attention, and even you need to prepare a story. Let's talk about it more. The first one is understand the content. You need to know who you would like to present to and what do they care about and what solution do you want to provide. And you also have to let your audience know the benefits or the risks they will face. That is the key question that you need to understand first before doing the chart. The second one is choose a visual. I just would like to use this data set to show you how to choose a visual. Okay, the data set, let me explain the data set. The data set is about the time of sale transaction. It can be separated into two types. Oh, the first one is direct selling, and the second one is indirect selling. We can see the green one is direct selling, while the blue one is indirect selling. Moreover, the y-axis means the number of days which we need to complete to sell a product to the customer. And the axis is the months in 2019. And we can imagine that the number of transaction days is the shorter, the better. So let's look at the plot. We may think there are several things that we can eliminate, right? For example, the lines between each month. It is useless for the chart. So after removing the line, okay. After removing the line, we can see the chart is clear, right? Now we can find the plot display the days for the direct selling and indirect selling every month. But it is difficult to understand what the main point you want to provide. So we still need to change the time and do some transformation to that audience focus on our goal. So let's try to attract the audience to attention your points. There are first of all, if you hope your audience can focus on the best performance, you can just use bright color for the best 3 months. It is one of the way to show that. And the second one is if your goal is to decrease the number of days for transaction, you can just point out those 3 months which didn't achieve the goal and dig to find the reasons about what happening for this result. And the third one is if you want to focus the trend of indirect selling compared to the direct selling, you can just change the direct selling to the gray color, and that audience focus on indirect selling because it uses the bright color. So that these are the methods which can help you to that your audience focus on your information. So the last step is how to prepare a story, how to be a data storyteller. Finally, let's talk about how to tell a story. Actually, it is not very difficult. You just need to describe your idea clearly and logically. If you don't know how to do that, I would like to introduce a story structure to you. That is PREP structure. PREP structure includes 4 parts. The first one is position, which means you need to present your goal and what are the benefits after applying your methods. Then the second one is reason. You need to describe why it is important. And sometimes you may use data or your experience to prove it. And in addition, it is evidence. You can use some example to explain your data, or you can share the information from the internet you search for. And the last one is the points. You need to repeat your ideas again. And then sometimes you can also add the action item or the solution as well. Okay, after providing my experience about data visualization, I would like to give you some practice to discuss within the group. And you need to say if it is a good chart or it is not a good chart. That is means does anyone have question? Oh, so far let me check. Okay, let's keep going.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Brianna asked if there's any tips for presenting a visual to colorblind colleagues.
Sorry, which one?
Any tips for presenting a visual to colorblind colleagues, like people who maybe they can't see the difference between red and green?
Actually, the color is the color is just that you to emphasize your idea. So so you can just use any color to do that, and if it is clear and comfortable, I think it is okay. Do I answer the question? Because I cannot see the question. Any tips for presenting visual to color blind couple? Oh, let me think. Maybe you can just use the deep color or the light color to emphasize them. You don't need to, if your audience is a blind colleague, I believe you just need to let them know what is the important points you provide. So the color is not very important. You can just use the deep color and the light color to distinguish them. Yeah. And is there any question?
The audience have posted a few suggestions in the chat to overcome this problem.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so just keep going. In this practice, I would like to have you to think about: is it a good chart? What is the good chart means? The good chart means if it can be if it can help you to tell a story and not just showing the data. If you think the graph is not a good chart, how do you fix it? And what is the story that you would like to provide, and what goal you would like to be shown? And the first topic is here. And Jessica will help everyone into the group, and you will have 10 minutes to discuss how to fix it and how what story you would like to provide to your audience.
Okay, so Maisie, can you just share the 3 questions in the chat? Okay, and what's going to happen now is we're going to put you into breakout rooms for 5 minutes. You'll be randomly put into groups of 5. You have 10 minutes to answer the 3 questions that Cynthia posted just now based on this chart. Okay, once you're in the group, you don't have to do anything. If you finish your discussion, you don't have to do anything. Just wait. The rooms will automatically close and you'll be put back into the main room. So, okay, sorry, Daphne has posted the picture of the practice. And the 3 questions was: number 1, is it a good chart? Number 2, how can you fix it? And number 3 was, what was the question again, Cynthia?
Yeah.
Question number 3, can you just go back one slide?
That's 3.
Yeah, what is the story and the goal that you can show with that chart? Okay, so you can please download the picture that Daphne has posted before we put you into your breakout rooms. So one more time, please download the picture in the chat. And then Maisie, you can start putting them into breakout rooms.
Could you move the slide to the graph again so we can do a screenshot?
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
And do you want to have a snapshot with the question?
Oh, definitely posted the question in the chat.
Oh, okay. That's good. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so are we ready for breakout rooms now?
Sorry, Philip asked, what are these cases about? I think that's part of the question that you need to figure out from the chat. Okay, all right. So yeah, Maisie, you can start the breakout rooms.
So Jessica, could you just pick one people who is willing to share to unmute he or she?
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't mind
and
sharing
you're free to.
first.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
cool.
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Kim.
Hi.
So in my group, we discussed about how there's no clear takeaway of this chart. Even from number of cases, this could be COVID cases or work cases, for example. So here, instead of a bar or just a bar, the team members discussed that perhaps we could plot a graph so that we can show a line for trends of the numbers instead of just seeing everything here without clearly understanding what it's about. Additionally, the labeling of the months is quite weird because it's just January, April, like Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. But we don't really see a clear label for all of the months because of the positioning. The numbers as well on the left are a bit odd because number of cases should be in round numbers, but they are in decimals.
Yeah.
So that's for question one. Pass it to someone for the other questions.
Okay. And anything else?
Game nominated Swimming to talk.
Okay. Okay, thank
Swimming, do
you.
you feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here, and also say hi to my Gundam. So all the thing is already said just now, but I would also suggest that, so the thing is the notch on the chart doesn't mean anything. Traditionally, when we do data viz, the notch means something. We usually position it on the month itself. Labeling is redundant, stated. Scaling, I would suggest scaling. So if you notice that for 149 and 148, the scale is a bit weird, it's very similar. Also, if you notice that even though it's a difference by 180 and 181 have some difference. So that's one thing I noticed. If the data don't actually need decimal point, maybe don't use decimal point. If there is data in decimal point, just round it up. That's how I would do it. And one thing that I forgot to add just now is actually the font. For goodness sake, please use a nicer font. So yeah, on top of the three things just now, the labels on top of the chart, the labels of the month, then what I add just now is the scaling, decimal points, and the fonts.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, maybe one more person. Jean raised his hand.
Yeah, so the first thing that strikes me on the graph is that we are all concentrated on trying to keep the same concept of what is it trying to represent, number of received cases and number of completed cases into different bars. Well, I would say that the story is probably about the versus, so number of received versus completed cases. So maybe a better way to represent it would be to actually draw the differential between those two concepts and not two bars, one next to the other. So you would basically have the increase or the decrease based on that. I would totally change the type of graph and the concept that I'm trying to transmit with the graph.
So what kind of graph you like to use?
Well, I would definitely use. You could use a bar graph as you have that, but just working on the differential.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, that's good.
And so you can have a positive and negative. So your basically your y-axis should be assuming the possibility that you may have. It depends. If you're accumulating cases from months before, then you could have negative values. If you assume that you're always going to be finishing your cases on a monthly basis, it can only be positive. So that would sort of inform your decision on how to do your y-axis. X-axis definitely needs a bit more clarification on how the time is being computed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your sharing. Okay. Okay. Let me share my my answer. I just want to let you know there is no actual answer. I just share my understanding and share my idea. you can see the problem is that we can not deal with so many cases since October, right? Because the difference become larger than before. And then the bar chart only show the number of received cases and the number of cases which we are dealing with or complete with. And therefore, if we can change the type we display, it may be clear to show the problem, the goal, and even the solution. So first of all, we need to realize the problem that we would like to solve. And we could notice that after August, the number of cases which cannot be dealt with is increased, right? Then we need to understand what causes this situation. And we may find it is lack of manpower. Maybe it is one reason because there are 2 employees who resigned before. So we need to ask the higher manager to hire more people to work together. It is one of the solutions. So how do we provide this information into a graph at the same time? So that is, So that is the one of the idea. Our goal is to use the case data to prove and to show the problem and to provide a solution by the plot. So we can use the line chart to show the timeline in which employees resign. For example, these 2 employees resign in May or just resign in June anyway. And we also can see the number of received cases is increasing in August, and the difference complete cases and incomplete cases is larger than before. Finally, we can just use the text to give the action to your listener. For example, we can just mention in the title, need more workers to work together like this. This is one of the helps for solution to your manager or both. So it is one of way to show this data, but I believe it is really clear enough, right? Okay, that is the first practice, and we still have the second practice. You can just discuss in a group. So just enter the breakout room. Just enter the breakout room again, and I will give you about 5 minutes again, and you just need to talk about this chart. And the chart is about an experiment which would like to help students have more interest in science. So please, Jessica, to let everyone enter the breakout room again.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Does anyone want to share your ideas?
Cynthia, you want to share your screen again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot it. Okay. Oh. Sorry.
Okay, so we have Shah from group 6.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so for the first question, you're asking about how do we improve the graph, right?
Yes.
So in our opinion, the graph should be combined because it's actually showing the same rate, just before and after class. So maybe we can use a different format, something like a bar graph will be fine.
Yep. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the storytelling about?
I think the graph is trying to show students' interest in the class, in the subject, in the science subject before and after class, and how their opinion changes.
Yeah.
And it could also means it could also attributes to the teacher's performance, I would say, in how the class is conducted, or whether the class is good or not.
Yeah, good. So anything else, or that's all?
That is all that I can remember from our discussion.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone have different ideas, and you are willing to share to everyone? Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, I think it would be more useful if the question was a statement rather than a yes or no question, because it says like science or not, and the variables that we are given are totally agree, disagree, or no comment. So it would be easier for people to understand the graph if it was a statement like I really like science, and then the variables are totally agree, disagree, or no comment. So that'll be easier to interpret.
Yes. So what kind of graph you like to use, or you just think pipeline is okay, pipe chart is okay?
Yeah, I think pie chart is appropriate for this.
Okay. Okay.
But the statement should be changed a bit.
So what kind of change?
So for the title, I'll change it to either I like science or I dislike science.
Yes, good. I agree with you. It is better.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone want to share? No? Okay, I just give you my ideas. Okay, in my opinion, I think pie chart for me it is hard to do the comparison, because I need to see, oh, the no comment is 40%, and after class it is 14%, and the agree one, the percentage of agreed is 25%, and how about the after class it is 30%. So I need to see the left graph and right graph at the same time. So it is hard for me to do the comparison. So I would like to just change it to the bar chart. Bar chart. Oh, yeah, that is a bar chart. So we can use bar chart to represent this situation. The goal is to promote the class. So you need to compare the result between taking class before and after. What is different is the situation become better or not. So we could just use the color to emphasize the points. For example, we just want to let other people focus on the agree and the totally agree. So we can use the thick color for them, and just let the other become gray, or just use the two colors for the before class and the after class. So we also can add some words for it. For example, after the experiment, the percentage of students who like science increase. Yeah, you can just put some words in your graph. So the graph is use the 3 tips we mentioned before, right? So it is my idea, but I think your idea is really good. Thank you for your sharing. Yeah, and the third part is the demo of Tableau. Actually, there are a lot of BI tool you can use, but I just use the Tableau because it is free and you can download it with a simple way. Yeah, and you also can find a lot of resources from the internet. So if you are interested in learning Tableau, I believe you can find a lot of learning tools or learning course from the internet. Okay, so let's talk about Tableau is much more than a data visualization software, and it is also a business intelligence application. We call it BI tool. And with Tableau, business intelligence becomes a self-service, right? So at the beginning, I just would like to introduce the iris data that we will use for the Tableau. So iris data includes 3 types of iris. That is setosa and versicolor and virginica. And iris, this is iris. Iris is a kind of flower. And the data set also records their sepal length, sepal width, and petal length and petal width. So the goal for the data set is to use their length and width to distinguish the types of iris. Okay, I believe all of you have already downloaded the Tableau, right? And the data set. So if anyone doesn't do that, you just use the, oh yes, it is in the text bar. You can download from it. Then let me, okay. And then if you have already downloaded, please just open your Tableau public. Yeah, does anyone need to have more time?
I think you're good to start.
Oh, okay. Okay. You can find the, when you open it, you can find the screen like this. It is a screen for importing data. You can see Tableau can connect it with Excel data set and text file, and you also can connect to a lot of database such as BigQuery or Microsoft SQL Server. And today our data set is text file, right? So just connect to it. You can just change the old file and find your data set. Yeah, just open it. Okay, does anyone just import your data already? Okay, let's keep going. You can see the data set showing here. And if you want to join more multiple data or just want to union more data, you can just click add and import another data set into here. But today we just use one data set, okay? And then you can see there are 3 buttons in the below. The first one is worksheet, and the second one is dashboard, and the third one is story. The worksheet means you can build your chart in the worksheet, and you can also use a dashboard or stories to help you to do the presentation. So let's start from the worksheet. Okay, just click the worksheet. And you can see this is the worksheet interface. And your data set is already in the tables. So far, is anything clear? If you have any question, just type in the chat or just stop me. And you can see the data set is here, and the categorical data will be in the top of them with the blue color. And your numerical data will be below the categorical data, and it will the signal is green. And the iris data set is used F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5. It is a little weird, right? So let's rename it. The first one, you just need to click the triangle here, the little triangle, and there is a rename. So you can just rename it. And the iris data, so we just give them category. And then the F1 is sepal length. And the F2 is sepal wide. And F3 is petal dense. And F4 is petal wide. Okay, so far is any question? Oh, you just need to change to all data, and then you can find your data set. F1 is sepal dense, and F2 is sepal wide, and F3 is petal dense, and F4 is petal wide. Okay. Okay, should I need to start wait a few minutes, or we can just keep going? Okay. Okay, okay, let's see. There is a column and row in here. We can just put our feature into here. And then you can see there is a button called Show Me. You can just click it, and you can find there are a lot of charts in here. For example, the table, the map, and pipe chart, and bar chart, and line graph, or box plot, scatter plot, and the bubble plot. So you can, these are the chart you can build. Okay. And there is a function called marks. It can help you to change the color and just label your chart. So let me give you some demo in a simple way. The first one is how to build a table. For example, you can just pull the category into column, and then you put these 4 features into the row. So just do it. And then we can change the chart to table. So is it easy, right? And then you can see there the number is 73.2. It is a little weird because if we want to compare each category of iris with its length and width, the thing we need to do is use average, right? So we can just change the sum to average from here. You can just click the little triangle again, and then there is a attribution called measure. You just need to change it to the average, and there are a lot of things you can change to. For today, we just use average. So is everything clear for you? Okay, thank you. And then you can see the number become average, right? And then if we want to make everything more clear, maybe we can just use the color. So you can just put the value that you want to know to the color. For example, you can put like here, and then you also can use the major value. Major values means all the data, all the features. So you can just push the major value into here. So you can see the color is changed, right? And then this is the table that you can do like this. And if you want to just change the title name, you can just click here. For example, iris table. And you can just give it the different color. Oh, sorry. You can just give it the different color. And then apply. Okay. So the iris color is, the title is changed and with the red number. And then how to build a bar chart. You just need to click the worksheet to get the new worksheet. And then how to build a bar chart. Again, we just put the category into columns. And then if I want to see the petal length, the average of petal length in the bar chart, so I can pull the petal length into rows, and then I just change the sum to average. So it is much more easier than building a table, right? The bar chart, I think it is the most, it is the easiest in Tableau. So you also can just change the color or do some label into it. For example, I can just let it label all the information. So let's see, you can see it is in this. I'm sorry, I just put it into the wrong way. If you want to show the label into the bar, you just need to, for example, you just need to pull the label length into label. And if you want to see all the information in this little box, you can just put another thing into the detail. So you can see all the thing in the detail, right? Okay. And you can also just change it to the average. Okay. The third chart is how to build a scatter plot. I think scatter plot is a little difficult than the previous one. What kind of scatter plot we need to do? For example, if we want to know the relationship between the petal length and the sepal length, we need to know the relationship between petal width and the sepal width. We can just put the petal length into column and the petal width into column as well. And then you can also put the sepal length into rows and the sepal width into rows as well. And then let's see, there is only one point, right? It is a little weird. That is because Tableau will help you to do the aggregation automatically. So if you want to let them become the original data, original row data, you just need to cancel the aggregation. How to do this? You can just click the analyst into the top of the options. You just click the analyst, and then there is the aggregate measures. You just re-click that. So you can see the row data, and the aggregate measures is be canceled by yourself. Is everything clear? And does anyone need to have more time, or something is unclear, need to do again? You can just let me know. Okay, if no, we can see the relationship between the whole data, and then if we want to compare the relationship between the category, you can just pull the category into the color, and then you can see each category's relationship with its width and length, right? And then if you think the color is, you don't like the color, you can just change it. You just need to click the color. And then you can see the edit colors. Yeah, just click the edit color and you can choose all the thing into, you can change the color into that. For example, I want to have the summer and just use assign palette and then okay. So you can see the color is changed, right? So that is the method to build a scatter plot. And the last one is how to build the box plot. The box plot, if we want to know the quantile, we may need to use the box plot. So if we want to see the category and its petal length quantile information, we can just put the category into column and then just use the petal length into row. And we can just change to the box plot. Oh, the categories disappear. And we just pull it again. And then it is also the aggregation data. So we need to cancel it. So we need to click the analyst again and just click the aggregate measure again. So you can see like this. And we just can give it the color. And then that is the box plot. So after we complete all the plots in worksheet, we can just put all of the chart into the dashboard. So just click the dashboard. And then you can see all the chart you built in the sheet. So you can just pull it into the dashboard directly. For example, like this. And you can just move to the proper place. And then, for example, like this. Yeah, and you see, do you think the dashboard is too small? If you want to that it bigger, you can just clear the size and then change the size of the dashboard. Yeah, that is the way how to build a dashboard. So I believe today we have no time. So that is the demo from here. So we can do you have any question? We can, is anything clear from the Tableau? Okay.
Hey, feel free to ask any questions about the demo, or otherwise, Cynthia, you're okay to ask answer any general questions.
Oh, I see the question. Do you have any recommended favorite sites for Tableau tutorial resource? Oh, actually, I love Tableau. That is because there are a lot of resources. You can just go to the, could you see my screen? I'm sorry. You can go to the Tableau gallery. You can see a lot of good dashboard that other people built. And Tableau also provide a lot of video to help you to learn. So you can just find it in Tableau website. So I think probably is the have lots of resource for you to learn. Yes, this is my question, my answer. Is that clear? Okay, do you have any other question? If no, I can just share how, oh, Oh, okay. If no one have question, I would like to show you how to prepare a story or how to become a data storyteller, and even how to improve your skill. You can prepare a tool for you to build a chart. For example, Microsoft Excel, it is good to build a chart, right? And with a very simple way. And the second one is you can use the BI tool. For example, the Tableau is one of BI tool, and Power BI from Microsoft and Superset from Apache. You can just choose one of the BI tool you love. And then if you are a programmer, you also can use the programming language to do that. For example, you can use R, Python, or JavaScript to do that. And if you are a UI designer or UX designer, maybe you are a professional on using Adobe Illustrator. I think it is also a good tool for you. And then if you want to improve your skill in data visualization, one of my suggestions is just see other people's dashboard and just see a lot of graphs or picture that other people did before. So I just would like to recommend some website for you. The first one is Tableau Gallery. And the second one is Visualizing Data. It has a lot of charts from here. And then the third one is John Charts. And then the Guardian. The Guardian is one of my favorite data visualization insights. Let me explain it briefly. The Guardian is the news from the UK, and I think the most special thing is they use a lot of chart to present their ideas and to report a news. So I think the Guardian is really good because you can get the information from technology at the same time, and you also can learn the how to do a data visualization. So it is one of my favorite websites. And the last one is data storytelling with data. The author have the book called Data Storytelling. So if you have interest in, you can also just use the website to learn how to do it. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for your attention today. I hope you will learn from my sharing.
Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for our session today. Unless anybody, Cynthia, you want to add any other last words? No? Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you so much. All right. So a few things before you all go. Like what Daphne posted in the chat, we will post this recording in case for you, those of you who missed it, or to recap whatever Cynthia has just presented to you. You can follow us on Facebook, and also we started a channel in our Slack. Just join us here and the All Things Data channel, and then you can continue this discussion there. Cynthia is also there, so yeah, Cynthia, you also be there, right?
Yes, yes. If you have any question, you can just type your question into there, and I will answer it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Okay, one more thing, could we have a group photo with everybody? So yeah, just switch on your camera, and then Daphne's gonna help us take a group photo.
Okay, maybe I'll stop the recording now, if that's okay.